Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install these mirrors. Now you're asking, where do these mirrors go? These are bar end mirrors. So let's go ahead and go to the e-vader. As you can see my nice colorful shirt here. Let's go over to the e-vader. Let me show you on how to install these bar end mirrors on your e-vader. Alright guys, so if you're looking to do some bar end mirrors, you're going to pretty much go at the end of your bar and attach here. Now if you guys notice that these bar ends are not even metal, they are plastic, and you could actually move them. So if you were to tip over your bike, this I think will just break right off. I thought there was a screw over here because it looks like there is a screw. It looks like there is a screw there, but really that's a fake screw. It doesn't even do anything. So all this is just plastic. So let me show you on how to remove this one on this end, and same thing for the other end right over here. So let me show you how to remove those so you could actually install some real bar ends with some mirrors. So you're able to see if you're not into this type of look where they're like out here and you want more of the ones that stick out from the bar end and have this area a little bit more cleaner, this will do it. All right, so first things first, you are going to need a pry tool just like this. I'll have a link down below for these particular pry tools. These are plastic, so they're not going to really damage anything that you use them on. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to put this right here in the back, just kind of pull it a little bit and then stick your tool towards the end of it. As you can see, it just like that. All right, so just get the camera so I can see what I'm doing there. All right, so all you're going to do is just kind of get your tool and kind of just pull it out, really. Kind of work your way in there and do the best you can. If you really don't care about these bar ends and you want to you could go ahead and just rip them off if you want, but I plan on putting these back as I kind of like the mirrors up here more. I do like, and having the bar end mirrors will kind of widen my, I would say, stance or whatnot of when I ride. So all right, you're gonna have to give it some real elbow grease because they're really in there, and it's like, so as you can see, I'm pulling it out. You can see that whole cap. Again, I'm trying to do it where I'm not going to break it because I do want to install these back. And if I can install these back, I'll probably install some different bar ends. Some real ones, of course, in these areas. Okay. And there we go. So, there you go. Here is the bar end. It's pretty much being held by a screw and a spacer that kind of went in this whole area. Alright, so now that we got this bar end off, let's go ahead and install our bar end mirrors. Now before you actually install the bar ends, now you're going to notice that the bar end kit does come with Allen keys and the bar ends itself. So let me go ahead and pull one out. And you can see this is how they look like. So when you put them in and you tighten down the screw, this part goes inside and kind of pushes out this metal piece to kind of mushroom out and really be tight inside. All right, to install these, you're gonna first get this guy in, and we're gonna go ahead and put it into the bar of the handlebars on the e-vader. After we do that, we're gonna get the Allen key that's supplied with the kit. We're gonna go ahead and unscrew that screw and then open it, because it actually opens up. So when we open it up, we could just put this in, clamp it down, tighten down the screw. So let's go ahead and get this installed on the bar end of the e-vader. All right, so you notice that the hole on the e-vaders, the handlebars are so small. We're gonna have to actually open that up. So I may be buying some different bar ends to install on this bike. And we're just gonna grab an X-Acto knife like this, and we're just gonna kind of cut it to kind of allow for this bigger end piece to actually go inside. So you're just gonna cut it up until you feel the edges of the metal part. I feel it right above there. I'm gonna kind of just cut like a bullseye style cut. All right, so now that I did that, so now we're just gonna go ahead and put this inside. You're gonna push it in. You also wanna make sure that you have this kind of snug on the screw, because this is the end part there. And if you have it too loose, all you're gonna be doing is just spinning this Allen key. So you definitely don't want that. You want this to be snug, so when you start tightening this actually starts to push in and get grip inside. All right, so let's go ahead and try my best. There we go. Alright, so I struggle with this to get this inside of here. I may have to cut the rubber pieces off because I think that's kind of preventing me from getting it in there. You do the same, and after I actually put it in there, I'll show you what I did, or tell you what I did, and then go from there. Alrighty, so I did have to cut a little bit more of that rubber out of there. So then once I did that, I put that in there, but I couldn't take it with that Allen key that I supplied. If you have your own Allen key set, it's actually a 5mm Allen key, because you have my own little Allen key set. Just gonna go ahead and hold on to this end of it. Go ahead and put it in there and just keep on tightening it until you cannot tighten it anymore. Alright, as you can see, it is on there good. And now I have an actual bar end. Even if I don't stick around with the mirrors, I actually have a legit end. Even though it may not be the same diameter, I'll probably change it out in the future. But I'm just doing this video for you guys so you guys could see how to install the bar ends, mirrors. Alright, so now that that part is in, now let's go ahead and grab our mirror and install that. Okay, so you could either use a supply Allen key that comes with the kit, or you could use a 3mm Allen key, and that's what this one is. And we're gonna go ahead and loosen up the screw here. So you want to pretty much just go ahead and remove the screw all in itself. Alright, so now that I got the screw removed, so next we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open up this part. As you can see, it does open up like this. So open up as much as you can to get it onto here. So I'm gonna go ahead, and once you get it on here like this, so I could probably show you like this, get on here and then go ahead and close it like so. Now you could go ahead and put your bolt. It's obviously the threaded parts here at the bottom, so put the screw here towards the top. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put our screw in, and then just go ahead and tighten down the screw all the way. At this point, you want to make sure that you don't want to tighten it in completely all the way, as you do want to sit on the bike and you want to have it snug so you're able to still move it around. So go ahead and tighten it just snug. Go ahead and get on the bike, and then once you find your right position of exactly where you want your mirror, then you can go ahead and get your tool and go ahead and tighten it down all the way on that part. So you have a few adjustment points. You have your one here, which is up and down, and then the screw all the way here in the back right here, and that's going to adjust, like, you know, if you want it more higher, you want it sticking out more, you could actually have it all the way up here, and then you could move this part of the mirror a little bit down like this, so you could have it at more of an upright position. So again, you could have a more upright position right here. You could, you know, obviously this part you could always adjust no matter what. Oh yeah, there's a screw back here, so you probably may want to tighten that down so you could actually, you know, adjust your mirror. Go ahead and turn it all the way, actually. Alright, so that it could be a little bit more on the firmer side. So you could have it like this, or you could have it all the way down and then out like this. So something like this, where it's going to stick out as much as possible to give you that, you know, widest angle of viewing. Alright, so now that we got that part in, let's go ahead to the other side and do that side. Alright, now we're on the other side. So same with this side. What you want to do is just going to pull this part, get it in there, and then just kind of pry this part out. Okay, and at the same time you want to grab your finger to kind of help it to have it come out of there. Okay, get it almost there. There we go. And if you want to see how it looks like from the top view, let me get a fairly good top view for you guys. And this is how it looks like from the top view. So you can go ahead and pull it out. There we go. Alright, so it looks like when they put these on, they actually had the grips off. Then they had probably put this on there, put the spacer in, and put the screw in from the inside with a long screwdriver, tighten it down, and then they had put the whole grip in with this already installed. So now that we got this guy removed, let's go ahead and put this off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of just cut it. And you want to go away to the metal of the handlebar. So go ahead and just kind of cut in a circle. Okay. There, and just go around over here and there. Alright, so there we go. We got the circle cut out. Now there's a trick to actually installing these in, and since the diameter of this hand grip is pretty big, what you want to do is you want to grab your screw. We're going to go ahead and unscrew this a little bit, and what you want to do is you want to line up the slits with the other one that's inside, so you can see the threads of the bolt in there. So once you do that, then just go ahead and push everything down. We're going to go ahead and kind of tighten down, get it really snug. Go ahead and turn the screw until it's snug. Because the reason is that if you have these misaligned, when this starts to bulge out, it's going to hit a spot where it cannot, you know, expand. And you definitely don't want that. See, if we have the slit of this first one hit the wall of this one, it's not going to properly expand the way you need it to. So you do need to have them both aligned so that all the walls are with its proper alignment of slit, and it kind of just bulges out or mushrooms out or whatnot. So yeah, so once you get that, and if you tighten it as much as you can and you can't anymore, I would suggest getting some pliers, locking it on here and turning it until you start to see this kind of bulge out just a little bit. Once you have it bulging out a little bit, and then go ahead and insert it here. Alrighty guys, so I already fixed the problem. As you can see now that the throttle twists back. So what I did, you could sort of see it. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys. All I did was just put a spacer right there and then pushed it in, but I didn't push this to be flush with the grip, because that's what was causing it, was the friction between this piece and the grip, not causing it to snap in place. You can see a little white piece there. So now it's good and it's on there really tight, and that's all we need it for. Alright, so now let's get our mirror and install the mirror on this side. Okay, so same as before, we're going to go ahead and remove this screw with the 3mm Allen key. You're going to go ahead and remove it until you completely take it out of there. I'm just going to go ahead and take that screw out. Okay, then we're going to go open up the bracket as much as you can to slip this part, to slip it on here. So I'll kind of just do this upside down so you guys can see it. Okay, and once you get on there, let's go ahead and close it up. Okay, and then we're going to put our screw, and then go ahead and like I said before, we're just going to snug it. We're not going to completely put it completely tight, because we do want that adjustability to be able to adjust it when we're out on the street. So I'll go ahead and just get it snugged. So still be able to move it around, move this part around, and so on and so forth. Maybe have it up here or whatnot. Okay, so now pretty much go out on the street and you know, I would say pretty much park your bike in the middle of the street and then really do your adjustments. Make sure you bring your tool with you, so once you find that proper, you know, good spot for yourself, you could go ahead and tighten down the screws. Alright, luckily I was able to finish this install while it was still daylight outside. So now that we're on the bike, you want to sit on it and make sure your steering is straight. Once you do that, obviously you're going to go ahead and start adjusting your mirrors. So just find the right position that, you know, it maximizes your visibility. You know, you may want to experiment, you know, have it like this, maybe go for a ride, and then if you don't like it and you want to, you know, change it up, maybe go like this and then turn this part like so. Maybe and try it this way. For me, having it that long way, how wide my steering feels, you know, having it with this part, because now I have to account for how much this sticks out. So if I'm going to come out of my driveway, I got to make sure that I'm not going to scrape the cars in the driveway when I'm coming out. So I may test it out like this, but then again, I might even have it, you know, on the more upright position to kind of tuck that handlebar view a little bit more. Once you, like I said, you could experiment, you know, ride, you know, with them sticking out, go for a little ride, see how you feel with it, and then maybe tuck these in up and have it like this one instead of that one, and go for a ride and see how you like it. Again, it's personal preference, up to you on how you feel comfortable with on your mirrors. Alrighty guys, I pretty much already did my adjustments, and as you can see, I did remove my other mirrors. I'm gonna give these a try, but I already can tell right away. I mean, it looks really cool and all, don't get me wrong, but just can't get adjusted having a small mirror like this again compared to having those stealth wing mirrors. If you ever saw my video of my stealth wing mirror review, where I reviewed a knockoff compared to the real Rosoma mirrors. Anyhow, that kind of is reminding me of that. So again, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a try, you know, just to see how it's gonna feel and all. And I'm not gonna knock these off yet. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please smash that like button. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, that way you guys are up to date with my latest videos and installations. Any comments, leave that down below, and while you're down there, you're gonna see a join button, and if you join my channel, you'll be able to see videos before they hit the regular public, meaning I'll have 4 options of my membership. The first one, if you join that one, that just allows you to post comments so they could be read quickly. The second one is going to allow you to see videos before the general public. I do post videos, or I try to post videos every Saturday at 11 o'clock. Option 2, 3, and 4, you'll be able to see videos before they hit the public. So if I post a video on a Monday, I'll be able to see the videos before everyone else does. The third option is going to allow you to see videos like glow kits, anything with the e-vader, like the battery modification installation. You're going to see that there on the third tier. The third tier will also see the e-vader controller, and also the upgraded hub motor will be in the third tier membership section. And then if you hit the 4th tier membership, you'll be able to see everything previous, but you'll also be able to see any custom headlighting that I do. And not only maybe on the e-vader, but on R3, I have a eyes headlights on that one. You'll be able to see on how to actually install those, and I have for other motorcycles as well. So that'll be on the 4th tier. Other than that, let's go mobile and let me show you how this looks. It's looking really good so far, as you can see. And yeah, it kind of clears up, you know, the top part with the mirrors, and now you have the little ones. Now note that having the side mirrors is going to extend whole handlebar feels, because now they feel a little bit more wider having the little bar end mirrors. I did put the mirrors up like this so they're not sticking out way over there, because I noticed that even if I have them all the way over here, I still don't see any difference with the mirror. Even though they're extended out, I still see about the same distance in the mirror. So I just kind of have them up like that. Pretty much concludes the video, really. So nothing else much to say. You guys take care, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.